So, like, the store trips are the thing that drive me versus the I'm going out to search for a particular thing,
Well,
right?
the store trip has to be the thing that drives you because there's such a limited selection of plants you can get
Yeah,
at this.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Good
Like when I
point.
go to the store, it's like these are your options. What do you want? Now if you want to do seed, that's different, and by all means. But in the meantime, it's like this is what it is, and it's tough. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. All right, we got to do the next one. Carrots. What do you think?
So, this is where I didn't read what exactly it said, or I don't remember what exactly it said about carrots.
Oh, I didn't read it
Um,
at all.
well, the reason why I bring it up is for lot of areas, probably so, because they would be growing slowly. Like your area, maybe they're growing slowly, stop growing, and then they continue to grow when spring comes, and then you harvest them. For my area, you would have carrots that are in the ground that have, pardon me, matured, and you're just picking them, you're harvesting them maybe in the spring.
Yeah.
Like it's possible that they could survive again, especially with some cover. I've never done it. I would love to treat carrots like another plant that's on this list, which we'll come to in a moment, where I go out there and say, all right, it's November. I'm getting you planted and I'll be picking you, in March or April or May. Um, I'm not convinced. I'm convinced in a milder winter that doesn't have consistent freezing, and a harsh winter, like let's say in the north, I'm not convinced for carrots
Well,
because it's underground and there's insulation. But what's the quality of that thing once you pull it from under the ground?
it's underground and there's insulation, but also what's above ground? The greens. And what do the greens do?
Well, the greens are supposed to help it's with the whole photosynthesis process,
Right.
right?
And so if you get freezing temperatures that burn the greens back, what in turn are you really doing to the carrot below ground?
But remember, I'm saying that carrot is mature. So planting now doesn't exist. It's mature. This is truly, can you overwinter this food that's already in your garden? And so
Uh, uh,
I'm even saying,
this isn't an overwinter list. This is a plant and grow list. Don't get
well, stop me
confused.
2 minutes ago, and my answer is no. Give me a little room here, though. Like people are like carrots, yay, because I'd love to.
Well, the reason why I had to say that is because last year, was it last year? No, it was the year before. We planted carrots in the fall, and
Mhm.
then I planted them in the spring. And I wanted to see which one would produce, how they produced. Well, I can tell you this, the ones that I planted in the fall, they absolutely grew. They never got to a decent sized carrot ever. The ones that I planted in the spring, they got to a decent size. They were later, but we actually got a harvest off of them. And if you haven't seen the video this year, clearly we can grow carrots because I took a video with my son and I harvesting a bed of carrots, and we got gallons and gallons of carrots. So I will say
What was it? What's the timing? Tell me specifically, month to month. Not, I mean, planting month and then the harvest month.
for both.
Yes.
Okay, so in this, you're causing me to go back in my head.
Or
Um,
one of them. Pick whichever one
no,
comes up first
I'm
in
gonna
your
give
head.
you all the information. There ain't no point in sitting on the show if I can't give you the information.
Okay. All right then. That's what I thought when I asked.
I know that was the expectation. um, so in the fall, I planted. No, all right. Let's break this down. In the fall, our first frost date is November 17th to 15th, somewhere in there. Pick your number. I like to go by the 15th because it's an easy number. So I started my carrots um, August 15th. I got germination in 2 days, August 15th. They grew and they grew, and then that was it. And then we planted the spring carrots in late February, and they took probably 2 weeks to germinate. It was painful, but they germinated, and we were able to harvest those in about June. So the ones that we planted in the fall, we could never quite get there. So I can't really give you a harvest date because they just never really made it there. The
Mm-hmm.
other problem I had is I had to constantly take care of them and worry about them throughout the winter, and that just wasn't
Mm-hmm.
worth it for me. So now I will say this: if you are further south than me, I'm in coastal North Carolina. If you're not getting as cold, and just to simplify it, if you're in like a zone 9, then that would make it easier and you could probably do it. And I've seen people do it in like Alabama and stuff like that. My cousin does it and they get more. So there's a lot to that, but it did not work that way. And I wish it would have because that would have been perfect. Get 2 rounds
Mm-hmm.
of carrots,
Mm-hmm.
but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it warms my heart when you took a step back and broke that down in that way. Like I heard Batavia speaking on August the 15th, plus 2 days for germination.
Yeah.
Then you fast forward to, because that's the way my mind is wired, and I believe other people's minds are wired that way, whether they are or aren't. Um, I may be projecting here, but carrots are kind of one of the most misunderstood crops, it feels like. Not the most misunderstood, but one of them, right? And I know it originally stems from the whole germination of it all and how they can be difficult to germinate. There's also kind of seed viability that makes things a little bit more difficult for carrots. I've had a mixture. I mean, I'm leaping tall buildings in a single bound. I've come a long way when it comes to growing carrots. I'm literally harvesting carrots. Where at one point I was just like womp womp womp.
Yeah.
So
So
there is that, but I my last point though is variety. With certain varieties, you're going to get something completely different. I don't know if I shared this here, but I it's Kyoto. I think it's pronounced Kyoto. I think
Kyoto.
Kyoto. I Japanese spin on it. Nice
Yeah.
job. Um, I planted them in April and it talked about how they bolted so quickly. It's a red carrot, beautiful. And then a fellow gardener commented like, so that one actually is the opposite of everything that we do. You need to plant that on the other side of the summer solstice, right? That's the reason why I bolted. And I'm like, how did I miss that, right?
Where did you
Again,
get
that's
those seeds from?
I think I gave someone gifted them to me.
Okay. Do you know what brand of seed they were?
I know what company the seeds came
Yeah.
from.
What
Hmm.
company?
They came from Baker's
I
Creek.
knew it. I knew it. That is one of the reasons why I hate them is because I had the same damn thing with carrots. I had a
Oh, which
purple
carrot? Oh, was it
carrot.
that black carrot?
It was that black
Okay.
carrot that I
Mhm.
grew. Said it really loved heat.